Hi guys, so today I'm going to be sharing with you all finally this big haul that I've been talking about for the past several weeks. In February I bought some things from Nordstrom and just some like types of things that you couldn't get anywhere else, like some different like eyeshadow palettes and some like higher end like eyeshadow and stuff like that. Got some stuff at Ulta. I was sent some stuff. I bought some stuff from QVC. It's really a lot of stuff that I've collected over the past like couple months that I just wasn't really ever the right time to film a tutorial for. I always had other videos going or in the works or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys my stuff. Oh, and then a couple things from Sephora. It's all in this like shoe box I've been keeping on my vanity so that I would keep up with what I haven't shown you, and just so I could sort of like use some of the things and then sort of put them back so that I could show them in the video. But I've got this giant, there's still other stuff on the table that's not even in here. Okay, so first I'm gonna start with a couple of things from Ulta. I don't know if I'm gonna do it all by like store category because they're not separated, but I bought a new one of my Urban Decay all-nighter makeup setting sprays. This is just, to me, one of my favorite setting sprays, if not my favorite. I've tried so many and I feel like this one really holds up better on oily skin, even more so than the D-Slick. But I really think this is just a good all-around one. It makes your skin look fresh. So next I'll go ahead and show you the stuff that I got from It Cosmetics. This is my beloved CC cream that I don't want to say is almost out. I feel like there's still a good bit. This takes just this tiniest, probably not even quite a full pump, sometimes a full pump, but you really don't need that much, and it's literally a full coverage CC cream, and I do have a video on that, so I'm not going to get too involved in that, but it's just everything that you need, and it's truly like a full coverage foundation. You don't need anything else with it. One of my followers on Twitter tipped me off to the fact that last week on QVC they were having a big special for it where you got the mega giant size. This is huge. So you can see it compared to the other one. It's 3 times the size. You get this and you got a few other things for, it was like $58. And I believe this set's normally like around $70, $68, $70. So I had never really ordered this from QVC. The only place I'd really ever gotten it was from Ulta. And I had not ever tried anything else by this brand. So I just knew that the CC cream was great. So I ordered a couple of things. Well, I ordered the kit, and then I ordered the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer that was like a little duo that had a highlighter as well. It hasn't come yet, but this is probably my most recent things that I've gotten. But anyways, it came in a nice little box. You also got this nice brush too for $58. It was just so great because this size is 1 ounce and it's normally like 32, I believe. So for $58 to get a 3 tripled the size one and then all this good stuff that's full size was really nice. So I got that, and the shade that I use is light, and I will link to that video below if you want any more info on that. And I think in that video I demo it as well. This really cool foundation brush which I have been using, and they say to use it with that, although I have used it with it, but for that stuff I just want to use it with my fingertips. I use it just like my skincare in the morning after I wash my face. It just does everything, and it holds up amazing on oily skin. Okay, I'm not going to get too far into it like I said, but this is a good brush. It's like a paddle, but it's like a little fat paddle. This stuff is awesome. It's called Tight Line Full Lash Length Black Primer with Peptide Enhancing Serum. Confused the crap out of me when I got it. I was like, what is this? But it's a little tiny, little jaggedy brush, and you just sort of like get it right at your lashes and sort of tight line with it, which doesn't mean that you coat your waterline, just gets right up at your lashes. And I didn't wear liner today. That's really all that I did. I did put a little bit of my medium brown eyeshadow. I'll tell you what I'm wearing in a minute because it's actually something I'm going to show. But I've been using this a lot. You can actually use it as your mascara, and it is waterproof. It stays put, but it comes off well at night, which I like. But I always put a mascara over it because really this just sort of beefs up the roots. So this is nice, and I'm sort of falling in love with all this stuff. And then the CC Plus Lip Serum, which I should have used this before the video, but I haven't. I will show it in a future video, I'm sure. But it's just like a pretty lip gloss that looks like it would match very close to my Bite Fig. And it smells a lot like a MAC lip gloss. And like I said, my other little concealer's coming soon. That stuff's supposed to be really good. I don't know if it was on back order or what, but it just didn't come at the same time. I have one more It thing, but I'm gonna wait until, I'm gonna show some other things first, just to get some of this out of the way. I finally caved and purchased a Tom Ford, two Tom Ford eyeshadow quads. They're very expensive. I even debated on returning one of them, if not both of them. They're very good. The quality is great, but it just freaks me out. They're like 74 bucks, and I mean, just keeping it real, that's a lot of money for eyeshadow. But if it's good, you know, I mean, I can justify it. I like these colors. This is the Cocoa Mirage. I heard Lisa D talk about this a ton, and I believe, Lorraine talked about their lipsticks. But I had never really heard much about these. I had never used them. I had never played with them in the store. I just always heard her saying that she liked them, and the colors looked really nice, and I thought if this is an easy, nice quad, then maybe it's worth it. The colors are such good quality. I mean, they blend together really nice, very good pigmentation and payoff, so it will last a very long time because you don't need much of the colors to make, you know. But I do feel, that's what I'm wearing today, is the Cocoa Mirage. It's beautiful, but I do feel like I have similar colors. It's a very warm brown palette. And I know I sound a little bit indifferent, like I may not like it. I really like it, or I would have returned it. I guess what gets me is that I've just got so many eyeshadows and I need to stop. But these I feel like I could duplicate with other things, but I don't think I could duplicate the quality. So that's why I'm happy with it, and that's why I want to keep it. And the packaging is really nice and heavy. And then this is the other shade that I got. This is actually the only one that I was going to buy, and then I threw in the Cocoa Mirage because I remember her saying it was good. This is the Silvered Topaz. And this would be like a bit more of a cooler look. And I like how it's got that sort of that gunmetal-y gray, and it's almost like a, yeah, it's pretty. It's like a pewtery gray. And then almost like this purpley gray brown, and this really dark purpley brown. And then this one I was really considering returning because this is a very like one of those chunky glittery shades, but I find as you sort of use it and wear it down, it is much better. So I'm glad I didn't return it. And I think that this one is very versatile. So I got those. I got this Dior Show Fusion Mono Matte Eyeshadow in Mirage, and I had found this at Sephora when Brad and I were shopping back in February, and they didn't have my color, or they didn't have this color. So I ordered it from, I believe it was from Nordstrom. And it's nice. It comes in a little pot, sort of like it's the idea of like a paint pot type thing, but it's very different. And then it comes with this little cute brush, which I thought was such a cute touch. I would never use this with a product like this, but this would be the best lip brush. And it's perfect for like your purse. Like, how cute is that? So I was really impressed that that was a surprise to find that in the box because I didn't know it came with that. But these are really neat. They're like cream eyeshadows is the idea, but they are very spongy. Almost like that of, I don't know how to smell it, just like the Dream Bouncy blushes. That's the idea. That's the exact, little creamier. But look how, I mean, the payoff is great. So I've really liked this shade and I've worn it a few times. I just keep putting everything back so I can show you how it looks like in the box. But it's just sort of like a gray, a really cool, I would say a taupey gray. And I have worn it on its own. I've put shadows over it. I paired it with the Silver Topaz and with the Dior Greige, and it works really great. Speaking of the Dior Greige, I'll go ahead and show you these lip products. I did not know that Dior had lip products that were called Greige as well. Dior has a Greige lipstick, which is what I'm wearing today. And then they have the matching lip liner in Greige. And then with the lip liners from Dior, you get the little sharpener, which I think is really cool. I mentioned this in my TMI video when I was wearing this, that sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But I really think that it's just a solid, good lipstick. But I think the reason sometimes I'm like a little like, meh, is because it's not super like different or anything like that. I don't know if I would repurchase it. I mean, that's just hard to say. But it's sort of like, I would say it's a very natural color. It's not a nude by any means because it is a lot darker. I would say it's more of a rosy peach, darker rosy peach. Then the lip pencil is very similar to Dervish. That's what when I put it on, I thought this is exactly Dervish, but when I swatch it, it's a bit peachier than Dervish. Another lip color that I got was the Tom Ford Spanish Pink. And Lorraine, for years, my friend, I've always heard her talk about these Tom Ford lipsticks. And actually, Lisa also talks about this too. This is the actual color that Lisa talks about a lot. I don't know if Lorraine has ever mentioned this one. But I really expected to love it, and I'm just not sure that I do. I might return it. It's really pretty, and it really looks beautiful when I see other people wear it. I just think I need to give it more of a shot. This is the Greige, this is the Spanish Pink. It is very similar in tone to the Greige in that it is pink, but it's not like bright pink. It's almost like, has a hint of peach to it, but it's brighter and lighter than the Greige. Smell kind of funny. I've never had a Tom Ford lipstick, and I guess I just expected it to be a little different. I don't know, but I might try out one of the nude shades. The Nude Vanilla, I think, is the shade that I want to really try. I told you I had a lot of stuff to show. This is the Nars Sex Fantasy Blush. I believe I got this when I ordered all of the stuff from Nordstrom. And at first I thought this is going to be too light, but I've worn it a couple times and I find that it's very buildable. It's one of those that it's going to look like a very glowy, bright pink, even though it doesn't look like... Some people may think like that's not going to show up on me because it's not dark, you know? But it's very like, it casts almost like that lilac-y pink like glow. Almost like doll-like. I have some eyeshadows to show you from It, and then some Anastasia stuff. I did talk about them a lot in my February favorites because I've sort of fallen in love with the Brow Wiz. And I've used it a ton, and my only complaint is that the writing comes off of it as you use it. It comes off of the thing, so maybe they should, not that that's like a deal breaker, I mean, but it's sort of hard sometimes if you do use different colors. I mean, you would never know which color that was. I mean, my writing is completely, maybe just a little bit right there. I mean, it's just totally gone. Another product, though, that I got that I really like is this Brow Duality Matte Camille and Sand Shimmer. So on this side is the Matte Camille, and it's like a pink, and Sigma has a product very similar to this. These colors are a little, the Matte Camille is almost more of like a concealer type thing that you could almost go around. It's not going to be super bright pink like the Sigma one is. And then the end, this is the end that I really like. The Sigma one has a very gold tone on the end. This is like a sand, like a wearable sand. So I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I like to just do this with it and sort of go under there, and it's not like you're gonna have like a metallic stripe if you put it under here, you know what I mean? It's just very soft and shimmery, so this is a good product, and I've been enjoying that as well. Recently, I also got this. This came in the mail yesterday. It is the Brow Pro palette by Anastasia, and it's got every... I mean, this is so cool. Like, it's got all of the colors. My taupe got a little messed up. It was kind of shattered when I got it, but it's okay. Still works the same. But I like it. You can, you know, it's one of those palettes where you can sort of, you know, you can take the things out. If you need refills, you don't have to get the whole new thing, you know. It's just very, I like that. It has the brow primer, which is almost like a little, like a waxy product. That kind of helps the, helps it adhere, helps the powder adhere if you want to use that. A lot of times I just use powder, but I like this because sometimes I want to do, you know, if I have a spot that needs to be filled, I might want just a little bit darker than I use, you know, around the edges. So I think this is really neat. It's great for an individual, but just super awesome for like a professional makeup artist if you were going around like actually, I mean, it's very thin, and this is just really cool. So I'm impressed with that. And finally, let me know if you want to see a full video on this. I haven't even had a chance to wear it. I literally just got it yesterday. I found, this is from Ulta, and all I've really done is swatch it and play around with it, but I am going to do a blog post, hopefully this week, about this. But it is the It Naturally Pretty Volume 1 Matte Eyeshadow Palette. It reminds me almost of like the Naked one, but I feel like this one is, I don't know, it's a little spongier, almost a little furrier looking. on the inside, it's got all these beautiful colors, and they are matte shades, but they're not chalky matte shades. They are like the satiny, beautiful matte shades, and the payoff is like amazing. So I really want to try this out a couple times and wear it. And then the really unique thing about it is it's got this shade called Transforming Pearl. So you can put that over any shade and sort of turn it into like okay, like there's the black. And then you could take the pearl and then like make it a little pearlier. So I think that's kind of neat. I'm just kind of into it, and the Transforming Pearl shade is really pretty on its own too. But it's unique, I think, and I like it. The colors are just very buttery, but they're not the ones like that will have a lot of fallout. They do look like they would, but it's almost like they're a creamy they're powder for sure, but it's almost like that creamy powder. But it has good ingredients and stuff in it too, so I think that's kind of neat. I did mention this in my TMI tag video, the MAC Studio Sculpt Lash, and I do have a little blog post on this and some other lipsticks from MAC that came out. But it's a comb. It's very different than anything that I would normally like, but I love it. I use it, I think it just pairs really nice with this, with the It Tight Line, because that sort of, like I said, beefs up your lashes. Almost provides like a primer, but a black primer, which I always think mascara primers should be black anyways, because I hate having to cover up the white. You could definitely use this tight line thing as mascara, but to me, I would rather not waste it and, you know, just use it as the tight lining thing and get my lashes sort of beefed up at the, you know, at the base, and then use another mascara. And this is a really dramatic mascara for what it is, for a comb. Some of those combs can make them look too like long and spidery, but it really gives them a lot of volume, which is cool, and it builds amazing. This is probably the best like building mascara I've ever used. So MAC has a winner where mascara is concerned with that one. So that is it. Like I said, I have collected this stuff over the past like couple months really, and just haven't had a full like, you know, it was just stuff that I was getting like here and there and didn't warrant like a full haul on its own, so I just sort of collected it over time. I think that's kind of neat to do because some of the stuff I've used and I can sort of tell you a little. So like I was saying earlier, I am considering almost like not a full redo of this room. I'm gonna keep all of that the same, obviously, because those are not going anywhere and they don't need to. But there is a window over there. But I'm thinking about moving my vanity over there and then moving these cabinets right here. So I don't know. We have other plans for this room too. We were even thinking about maybe connecting the closets and making, you know, just making it easier. But I'm just not sure what we're going to do as far as that in the long run. But I think I might do that just so I can get some better lighting. Which it's totally not bad, but it's just very inconsistent. I can have my camera on the same exact settings. I can be wearing the same color top. I can have all the doors shut and all the lighting is consistent. And the camera reads it different sometimes. It can be a little warm, it can be, and it drives me nuts. And I know that there's stuff that I can do, but it's just, I don't want to have to do that every time. Well, this is great because I can film 24 hour, I can film anytime, day or night. I could still have these lights over there if I wanted to film at night and it would be the same. But it would be nice to have some natural light. So I don't know. I'm still trying to work up the courage to see if I want to like do that and make such a big change. But yeah. Might do that soon. But this is a long video, I know. That was like 4 hauls in one, 5 haul. I mean, that was a ton of stuff. And I wish I could have gone into more depth about them because you know how I am. I like to chat about this stuff and tell you every detail. But I'm sure I will be using this stuff in upcoming videos. I feel like I just found some really good stuff lately, so that was exciting to do. But I really hope that you guys had an awesome weekend. I hope that you have a great week, and I will talk to you later on. I will see you later. Bye.